Well, a good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Fox 26 meteorologist John Dawson. Glad you're joining me for a quick update on the weather. And no surprises, the weather has been beautiful and we're locked into this very pleasant pattern that's going to be with us for a little bit longer. So I think maybe driving around or walking around and looking at some Christmas lights, it's still a little bit cool in the evenings and certainly a bit chilly in the morning. So kind of helping us to feel a little bit like the holidays, I think. So grab this QR code, get your phone out, get a picture of it. I'm going to talk for a couple more seconds here just to delay so that you have an opportunity to get this QR code, and just remind you that these lights that are going to displays that we've got listed on our website, this QR code will take you to fox26houston.com, and it's a great list of lighting shows that are around. Now, some of them are the more traditional, the more well-known, that are sort of the big shows, and then others of them are a little bit maybe less known, maybe more just some neighborhoods. But again, it's a great list. At least take a look and see what might be near you. And if you didn't get a chance to grab this now, or maybe you're actually watching on my phone and can't grab it while you're watching on the phone, that's okay. We'll be showing that again to you some other times. It is a pleasant day. It is still cool. We're looking at temperatures that are a bit chilly. This is a look in downtown Houston, looking to the north. Lots of very pleasant weather for yesterday. We'll look at these high temperatures that we saw yesterday in the mid 60s. We'll be just a little warmer than that for today. This morning was cool, but not as cold as yesterday. We had a lot more 30s on the board yesterday, so we have more 40s this morning than 30s, and we made it down to 48 degrees at Hobby Airport. These are morning low temperatures from this morning. 36, so very chilly up in Walker County and Huntsville. Over in College Station, about 43. Now, our winds have really shifted to the east today, and an east wind for us here in Houston is fairly neutral. It doesn't make a big difference on the temperature, doesn't make a big difference on our humidity levels. So we're just going to kind of keep locked in to kind of where we are and just kind of keep moving as far as those temperatures, and again, also for that humidity level, not looking for any major changes. So this is the current temperatures that we're looking at across the area. We've kind of bounced into the 60s now. Bit cooler still for the folks up in Livingston, though. Lake Livingston, they're looking at about 58 degrees. So compare this to yesterday and you'll notice the difference there. That very chilly morning where we started off in the 30s yesterday took a little longer for us to kind of warm things up a little bit. So we're able to do that quicker today with the sunshine that's already coming in to play, but definitely warmer out to the west, 8 degrees warmer in Columbus. So we're going to, again, when we're over with, we're going to be just a few degrees warmer. So pausing now just to kind of look at those headlines. It's another beautiful afternoon for us today. It'll be another chilly morning tomorrow, and we kind of keep doing that until we get to Friday. And on Friday is when we see some heavier downpours, some showers and isolated thunderstorms kind of moving into the area. That's going to linger a little bit into Saturday, but we're certainly going to end the weekend with some more fantastic weather. So we'll get all that rain over with early in the day on Saturday. So you can see that here when we look at our rain expectations for the next 5 days. We're going to be able to add some up here in southeast Texas, but breaking it down now day by day, we really expect almost all of that rain to be happening on Friday, and we'll bring a little bit more of that. I think we're actually going to have a few more showers on Sunday than what this model is sort of showing, but we'll kind of see how it all unfolds. And we'll kind of put this into motion now, and you'll see that the system that's coming in from the Pacific is going to just sort of drape across and drop in that rain for us, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches when you start adding up those totals on Friday and Saturday. And some of those isolated areas will obviously be a little bit more than that. We could have that 3 to 4 inch range for some of the isolated spots. Now, talking about temperatures, again, I was talking about those winds not making a whole lot of a difference. So we're just sort of going to keep rolling along here in the 60s. And even when we get the rain on Friday, we stay the same. And then that front will cool things down a little bit more as we move on through the weekend. So no big changes as far as the rainfall is concerned. So here's that rainmaker that we're looking at up to the north, to the northwest. It's going to continue to move down. Once it gets to us on Friday, that's when we see this widespread area with some isolated chances, 5% chance from the Weather Prediction Center, talking about our possibilities of excessive rain. In other words, some flooding. We could have some of that short-term street flooding possible. Here's a look at those winds again, and really that's a bit breezy at times, from 10 to 15 miles an hour across the area, and then a little bit calmer as we move further back to the north. But we are rain free, as we've talked about with the Fox Red Storm Seeker radar. And here's another shot. I believe this downtown view is looking to the, well, it might have been the same camera actually, now that I'm looking at it. I think this is the same camera that's facing to the north of what we're looking at. I probably should have double checked that camera. Sorry about that before we had come on here. So current conditions, quiet, mostly clear. Those east winds that we've talked about, our dew points are still in the 40s, so that's that drier air that's out there and fairly pleasant. Let's get to some futurecasts, kind of look ahead here to where we're going. We're going to start with Tuesday evening. We're focused back on Wednesday, looking at that storm system. We get into Thursday, our clouds increase, but we're really not looking for the rain until we get to Friday. And so this is going to be Friday evening. So remember, I think some of this will even carry over a little bit into Saturday. And then eventually, here we are Saturday at noon, we're getting most of the bulk of the rain moving out of our area. Allergen levels actually look pretty good right now. We've got low weed and grass. I would expect these to climb up a little bit with the lack of rain, the wind kind of blowing things around, but not a bad spot to be right now allergen-wise. Partly cloudy to mostly clear skies at the moment, and we'll continue to see that through most of the day today. And our temperatures are going to bounce up to the upper 60s. I'd say we were in the mid 60s for the high temperature yesterday, so we're going to peak out just a little bit warmer, but still another beautiful day. We'll be back down into the 40s again for those overnight lows. So looking at our seasonal numbers, in other words, the averages, the normal, and we always use a 30-year average when we talk about what is an average temperature. We would expect to see a 20-degree difference in the temperatures, and we'd expect to start in the 40s and we would end in the mid 60s. So mid 40s to mid 60s. That's kind of what we're looking at. And this morning, a little bit cooler. We were lower 40s, and this is so far today. We've made it up to 60. We'll make it back to that 66 for sure. And it's always fun sometimes to look at those records and just think, whoo, glad we're not doing that. Neither of those numbers look very pleasant for sure as far as the records are concerned for this date officially for the city of Houston. In a much bigger pattern, when we look at the next 8 to 14 days, that much longer term pattern, we will sort of include ourselves in this mild area. So pretty close to those normal temperatures, in other words, maybe just a little bit warmer, but not that far from where we kind of would expect to find things. Here's what we'll do again as we roll through the morning with our cool day. Look for those breezy conditions in the afternoon. A little bit of cloud cover breaking up. We'll have some more clouds kind of working its way in for this evening, and then we set ourselves up for a few more mostly cloudy conditions for tomorrow afternoon, but again, very similar, and we'll see it with the temperatures where we're in the mid to the upper 60s for those highs, and then we're going to dip down into the upper 40s or 50s across the area for those morning lows are going to be in those upper 40s, and then we'll get into pretty much the same again for tomorrow with those mid 60s. So let's put it all together here in the 7-day forecast for you, and we'll be in 60s in the afternoon. We're back in the 40s. We'll do it again on Thursday with the increase in clouds and moisture. Very isolated chance for a very light shower, not something that will really make a difference. It's Friday when we're certainly looking for that rain to be coming back into action, and we'll carry that a little bit over into Saturday, and we'll clear it out for a fantastic end to the weekend. All right, thanks for joining us for this weather update. As you know, we'll always be back here, however you watch me now, at noon for our noon newscast.